of Divorced Parents by Ariana, Messiah, Landon, and Eli.
And so this is our table of contents. Feel free to read through it.
The financial impact on children of divorce. My essay was about the financial impact of children of divorce, which means that children can go from being highly maintenance into lower maintenance, which means them moving into a smaller house from the one that their parents used to share, and when parents split up, they tend to usually move into different neighborhoods as like a smaller house or a small thing. And they also go on with one parent each, which makes it harder for a parent to support kids all on their own, so they don't get as much maintenance as they used to get before, which also can lead into their future assets and like wealth, because when two parents are together, their shared assets usually go towards their future and like, their college funds and stuff like that. But when two parents are split, they either forget about it or they don't like put as much as they would in it as two parents would when they're together, which makes them a little more behind in life than kids whose parents are together and who does put their money into their children.
The emotional impact on children of divorced parents. The first impact is behavioral issues. Kids tend to adapt to parents' behavioral issues such as being more angry and violent towards the world and being more disrespectful to their parents and teachers. Girls tend to seek violent relationships that may lead to emotional or physical damage. The other impact is mental health, where kids take on the same stressors as their parents, such as who's gonna have custody and who's gonna be living with who. When this happens, kids start to become depressed and lose themselves. The next impact is putting others before oneself. This happens with the older child that take on the same role as their parents by making dinner, getting their siblings ready, and doing their laundry. When their parents are sad about the divorce, they can't really worry about other things. They have to be set in stone about getting through a divorce. Usually the older sibling loses their childhood and gets a head start to adulthood.
So my essay was about how divorce affects children in their education. So it was mainly about how the psychological toll could have an indirect impact on their motivation and focus in school. Stress and anxiety are also affected by this change, as well as changes at home with their behavior, changes at home with their schoolwork, and performing less in their academic resources.
Impact on children's well-being. After divorce, children's lifestyle starts to worsen. This happens due to parents not being able to give their child as much attention, or some of their time, or some love. Children's mental stability and mental health negatively declines after divorce, which can cause mental disorders and physical disorders caused by divorce.
Our first solution is avoid bad-mouthing the ex-spouse in front of your children. According to Supporting Kids During a Divorce by Child Mind Institute, it says it is not healthy for children to have unnecessary conflict in their relationship with their parents. So do your best not to speak negatively about your spouse around your child. The pros is allow children to flourish and have their childhood instead of them worrying about who's gonna be at whose house and who's gonna have custody. They have their own stresses such as school and what sports they play. Our other pro is they don't have to choose between parents, and less likely for children to be a messenger between parents and being in the same toxic relationship with their parents. The cons is parents' feelings may not get expressed. Parents are in a very sad and depressing time because they're losing their spouse and their best friend all in one, and they usually turn towards their children if they have no one else to talk to. And they usually develop mental problems and have depression.
resolution was for the non-residential parent to pay their child support to help support the in-household parent. From the source, what does child support cover in Australia? A quote said the other parent makes a child support payment to fulfill their non-custodial parent financial responsibilities, which means that the non-residential parent would make that child support payment to help support the residential parent in the house. The pros of this is that the residential parent would be able to support the kids more. Now that they have a little bit of extra money in-house, they'll be able to buy the kids clothes or buy the kids more things that they need or want, since they are getting extra money in payment, because usually single parents struggle. The cons for this is for the non-residential parent to end up becoming broke from the child support payments that they are paying, because it usually comes out of their paychecks, and if they don't have a high-paying job, it can cause them to lose more and more money, which will get them to a point where they can't even actually physically, like, be able to pay the child support, which is not a good thing, because it will lead into the child not being supported at all.
And so our ultimate solution is for you to essentially help your child understand the divorce. You want to make sure that they know that they didn't cause the divorce in a kid-appropriate way, and you want to also help them feel some sort of comfort to the recent change at hand.
If proper communication is used when talking to your child, it can help them understand and trust their parent more. The American Psychological Association stated, when your kids and teens are having difficulty, it's a good thing for them to feel comfortable being able to turn to you for help. Children's lives tend to improve when they have a parent they can trust and love.
And another quote from OperaDaily.com is that divorce isn't such a tragedy. A tragedy is staying in an unhappy marriage, teaching your child the wrong things about love.
Implications. The use of this strategy helps in assisting a family's overall well-being and happiness. By allowing your children to fully understand the divorce, it allows them to understand what's going on around them and understand you more as a person.
And our limitations are that even if your child may not think that they are the cause of the divorce, it can still have an impact on their mental health. And not all children are the same. They don't operate the same. So depending on how your child actually feels about this, divorce could impact them differently. And some kids don't actually comprehend the divorce and may start to wonder why one parent is around more than the other, and it can start to cause confusion.
Overall, in conclusion, divorce's negative effects can be negated by communicating with your child and helping them understand the divorce.
And these are our sources.
All right, thank you very much.